It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Washington Commanders and the Cleveland Browns. And it comes your way next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to downtown Cleveland and the newly named Huntington Bank Field, the home of the Browns. Welcome to the booth, everyone. Mike Tirico and Greg Olson, all set for a good one here. Greg, this is one of those interesting things because you talk to both coaches. They've schemed, plotted all week, and the question becomes, who's got the plan that's going to fit against this other team?
Well, that's always the question, and I think if we really got honest responses from some of these play callers in pregame, I think they're not even quite sure. Everyone goes in feeling really good about the week work. They feel really good about where they are from a game plan perspective. But now, can you adjust? Can you find the elements of that game plan that are best suited for having success in this given game? That's the key.
Oh, he's got room past the 30. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The Washington offense going to make their way to the field for the first time. They are led by the former Heisman Trophy winner out of LSU, Jaden Daniels.
And even though he's just a rookie, Mike, I think it's safe to say Jaden Daniels, he is one of the most dynamic athletes that we have in the entire NFL at the quarterback position. And on top of that, he's not a one-dimensional player. Yes, he's going to make splash plays with his feet, and he's going to make some highlight reel plays, but he is a quarterback. He can make every throw. He's got great arm talent. If he can continue to find the balance between those two aspects, he's got a chance not to have just success today. He has a chance to have success for a long time in this league.
Play action. Here's Daniels. That's complete. John Bates, the tight end. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. You only get a 1-yard buffer from the line of scrimmage for these old linemen. That time he strayed a little too far, and it draws the flag.
Okay, ready?
On the give, it's Robinson. He'll get in behind his blockers, get forward for a pickup of 3. That's Greg Newsome in to make the stop. In danger of an opening 3 and out, they face 3rd and 10. From the shotgun on 3rd down, Daniels. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down.
It's a gain of 17 yards.
A gain there of 17.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
They'll go play action here with Daniels. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Look wide. Get this one complete. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
And he's come out of the game on fire here, Mike, early. He's yet to throw an incompletion on this opening drive. And as he now approaches the opponent's side of the field and they start thinking points on that other sideline, this defensive play caller has to be looking at that call sheet saying, what can I do to slow this guy down? Because with the way this game has started, he could be...
He is in. Terry McLaurin. Touchdown, Washington. Exactly the way they scripted this one. A beautiful opening drive, Greg. Able to find the end zone on the game's first possession.
And, Mike, the word that comes to mind looking at that drive is execution, and that's exactly what they talked about all week long. They wanted to come out early in this game and establish an early rhythm, and that's exactly what they did with that touchdown drive.
Makes the score. Commanders 7, Browns nothing.
Seibert now following the touchdown. He's out to kick it away. Pierre Strong on the return. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Cleveland offense set to take the field for the first time. Leading them out, the veteran quarterback first-round pick back in 2017, Deshaun Watson.
There was a time, and it wasn't very long ago, Mike, that this guy was trending towards becoming one of the best quarterbacks in the entire NFL. He has to find a way to get back to stacking strong performances, one after another, and keep his team in the hunt. It'll be interesting to see how this one plays out, but if he plays well, his team is always going to have a strong chance of winning. This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You got to have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
Once again, it's Chubb. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
So you're on the sideline and you're watching the other team go right down the field and score on their first drive. As a play caller, you have to be careful that it doesn't throw you out of your initial plan coming into the game. They wanted to establish some ground game here early, and that's exactly what they did.
It's a three tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. Watson going to give it to Chubb. He'll take this down to the 47. Frankie Louvu there to make the play defensively. Here's 2nd and 6. They'll run. This is Jerome Ford. And he's going to bring this one close to a first down. Looks like they'll mark him just a yard short. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run it here, and it's Chubb. He is going to have a Browns first down. They're able to convert, albeit not by much, but they get it on 3rd and a yard.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did, pick up the first down. The whole idea of the play-action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no timing and ultimately led in an incompletion.
Got to get it to the 30. Here comes 3rd down. Out of the gun, Watson. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
And on that 3rd down, they thought an easy way to pick it up and get some positive yards would go to their quick game, but it didn't seem like the receiver and the quarterback were on the same page, and now brings up 4th down.
Early big play here. They're going to go for it on 4th down. They snap it to Watson. And that is not going to work. Incomplete, and they turn it over on downs.
So this offense, they think this is a prime opportunity to go for it through the air on 4th down, but this defense was having none of it. Nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball, no easy completions, and this defense forces a huge stop on 4th down.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. Here's 2nd and 2. Daniel's going to keep this himself. Oh, and the rookie puts it on the deck. It's a fumble.
You know, it's amazing, Mike, that guys still end up fumbling the ball because I can tell you from experience, the first 15 minutes of every offensive practice is ball security circuit. And that could be a combination of multiple things. How to go to the ground without getting loose to the ball, almost like the art of falling. It could be running over bags or through bags as guys take swats at the ball trying to knock it out. There are so many ways to simulate what the game is like because at the end of the day, if you want to win in the NFL, protecting the ball is the #1 priority, and it cannot be stressed enough.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Chubb takes his handoff, running left. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Out of the gun, they'll give it, and it's 4. And the Browns are going to have a 1st and goal. He's able to take it inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
This offense has to be thrilled, Mike, with the success they've had here on the ground in this opening quarter. Now as the rest of the game unfolds, everything in the game plan continues to open up.
They'll run here. It's Ford. Down to the 4. It'll be 2nd and goal. Again, it'll be 4. Let's give him a yard down to the 3-yard line. Good job so far by the defense protecting the short field. Now it's 3rd and goal. They'll run with Chubb. He slams it in there, and he is in. Nick Chubb, touchdown Browns. So on 3rd and goal, they run it in. Sometimes, Greg, that's 4-down territory. They didn't need to do it on 4th down, taking care of it on the 3rd down for the touchdown.
Yeah, when you find yourself down here this close, Mike, you have to finish these drives off. I'm with you. I think he was going to give his back 2 shots there to punch it in, but he only needed 1.
So back to level after the touchdown, and time for the kickoff. This returnable from the 4. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Commanders offense back onto the field for their next possession. They'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. A run here with the veteran. It's Austin Eckler. And he'll have a Commander's 1st down. The tackler's made it about the 38-yard line.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a 1st down.
On 1st down, Daniels. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass you say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
Well, so often we see quarterbacks standing in the pocket, holding it, seeing if they can create something downfield. Well, Not that play. That play was simple. Snap the ball to the quarterback, spit it out into the hands of your receiver, and let's see what he can do.
And he's got it. Good work there to take it to the 47 and set up first down.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the first down, and they're able to convert.
On play action, Daniels. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Off the play fake, here's Daniels. That one's secured by the tight end Bates.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started. Well defended there, and the quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
Now it's the Browns' turn as they get set to take over again on offense. All even here in this opening quarter. And the drive will begin with first down. Shotgun snap to Watson. That's caught by Ford. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
I think the days where cornerbacks are either unwilling or unable to be involved in the run game, I think those days are over, Mike. I think when you look around the landscape of today's NFL, yes, you have to cover, but you also have to be able to come up and tackle.
And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
Here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's Watson. First down throw there is incomplete.
It's one of those balls where the quarterback wishes there was a string. The second it came out of his hand, he wished he could just pull it back, because from the moment it left his hand, that looked like a sure interception, and the only reason it wasn't because the defender just flat out dropped it.
And he's going to be bottled up quickly after a gain of about 1. Cleveland Furl able to make the stop. 3rd and 9. Back to throw is Watson. He'll go right and find his running back. He's got room at the 30. And he's going to be taken down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
They give it, and it's 4. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Here's a handoff to Chubb. And he's going to pick up the first down. He'll get down to the 15-yard line. They'll run with 4. He is met and dropped. Couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
It's a loss
The
of
speed
2.
and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. They'll stay on the ground with Chubb. And good red zone running here, taking it inside the 10-yard line. Pickup of 8.
That's a gain of 8. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. They'll run it straight ahead with Chubb. And he's into the end zone. Nick Chubb. Touchdown, Cleveland. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. Give him a 2nd touchdown on this one. What an opening quarter, Greg. 2 rushing touchdowns in the 1st.
Well, Mike, we kind of had a feeling this might be the case. They told us all week how important it was to get this guy involved early and often, and boy, have they ever. He has made his presence felt here early in this one.
Extra point up and good from Hopkins. And the Browns will move out to a 14-7 lead. Here's Hopkins now after the touchdown. He'll boot this one away. The return starts from the 5. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Here comes the Washington offense now. They get set to take over. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. Daniels going to keep it on the zone read. Not much there, maybe a yard.
Nice job by the defense. They had that one well read from the beginning, Mike. Someone's responsible for the running back, but the key here was the defender responsible for the quarterback. Stays with him, keeps him to a short gain.
Firing right side, brought in by Brown.
I wouldn't be surprised if some point here in the future, Mike, this quarterback drops back. It looks like the same old hitch route underneath, and they give a pump fake and go. You can lull a defense to sleep with a lot of these underneath quick game passes, and once you do, you can try to go for the big one. Well, we sit up here all the time and we try to break down why certain plays work or don't work. Well, this one's not real tricky. I mean, he just simply needs to catch the ball. I mean, that close to the 1st down chain, if he just catches that ball and turns upfield, they extend this drive. He's got to come over to the sideline, take a deep breath, tell his guys, hey, man, that's on me. And he's got to go out and make that next play because his team's going to need him to play better as the rest of this game continues.
Nick Chubb and the rest of the Browns offense set to take over again. And he has been sensational in this opening quarter. You have to imagine we're going to see much more of him as this game goes on. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. On the handoff, Ford. And he is putting in the work. Dancing inside the 40-yard line. A gain of 8.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. On the handoff, this is Chubb. Running room hard to come by as he'll get ahead for a yard. Cleveland Furrow able to make the stop. 3rd and a yard. Once again, it's Chubb. He's going to have a Browns 1st down. They're able to convert on 3rd and short, picking up 4.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Now a handoff to Ford. And he's fighting to get free. A lot of work there for a gain of 3. They face 2nd down and 7. Back to throw is Watson. He'll get that into the hands of Nick Chubb. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
Ball down to the 16-yard line, and it's 1st and 10. Watson going to give it to Chubb. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. Second and 7. Now Chubb. And he will score again. Nick Chubb. Touchdown, Browns. That is his 3rd touchdown of the afternoon. So his big first half continues. 3 rushing touchdowns already. Maybe have to start looking at the record book, see if he can do it. The record in a game is 6. Hopkins now to tack on the extra point. He's got it, and the Browns will take a 21-7 lead. Here's Hopkins now after the touchdown. He'll boot this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. And he'll take this to about the 28. Jeremiah Wusu-Koramoah in on the stop. On 2nd down, it's Daniels. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
It's so early in the game, you have to be careful now as coaches and players that you don't find yourself trailing early and get out of your game plan. There is so much time left. Stick to what you've worked on all week. There's plenty of time to chip away and see if you can make this thing close come the 4th quarter.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Ho-ho! They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. That one complete to Brian Robinson. They'll get 19 out of that play. 1st down, Washington.
And these are the throws that when they evaluate young quarterbacks coming out of college, they want to see you be able to make. Everyone worries about how far you can throw the ball. And while that's certainly important, to be able to make the throws from sideline to sideline, especially in those intermediate.
And he will get into the end zone. Noah Brown. Touchdown, Commanders. Greg, we better tie those shoelaces tight. We could be in for a track meet. Great start on offense in this one.
Yeah, it certainly has, Mike. And I think the biggest thing for this offense is how they've bounced back to some early adversity. They found themselves trailing here in the 1st quarter, and they cut into that lead. I got a feeling this thing's going to go back and forth, and we're going to have some fireworks ahead of us.
Seibert's extra point is true. And the Commanders draw closer here. It's 21-14. Seibert now following the touchdown. He's out to kick it away. On the return, this is Strong. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Browns offense and their star running back, Nick Chubb, set to take over once more. And he has made his presence felt in the ground game already in this first quarter. And it might very well lean on him the next 3 quarters, too. The drive starts with a carry by Ford. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down. A pickup of 9.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
And he's going to take this past the 45. And that's good enough for a first down. And his fine afternoon on the ground continues. The last run going to put him up over 100 yards for this one. On 1st and 10, it's Chubb. A terrific run there, all the way down to the 30-yard line. One quarter in the books. It's the Browns with the advantage. And we're back to Cleveland in a minute. First and 10. A run straight ahead. That's Ford. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
The offensive line doing a great job opening these run lanes. They have been there this entire first half, and I think if I'm this play caller, until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away, I think I'm just going to keep turning around and handing it to that guy.
And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's a 2nd and 6. They'll run once more with Ford. And he does not want to go down. Somehow he turned that into a gain of 6. Here's 3rd down and a few inches. They'll try and run it here, and it's Chubb. And the Browns are going to have a 1st and goal. Some good running there. Gets them down to about the 2-yard line.
I think everybody in the stadium saw that run coming, Mike, but good luck stopping it. I mean, all he really had to do was just fall forward, and it would be enough to pick up the first down.
They'll run here. It's Ford. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down. Again, it'll be Ford. And this time, he's in. Jerome Ford. Touchdown, Cleveland. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finish it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
Extra point up and good from Hopkins. And the Browns have doubled their advantage. It is now a 28-14 game. Here's Hopkins now after the touchdown. He'll boot this one away. This one taken at the 7. Now an opening past the 30. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. The Commanders' offense and the wideout getting set to go once more. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. A quick throw right side. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
In a lot of offenses, Mike, these quick passes to the wide receivers really fall under the run category. Of course, they're going to go down as a forward pass, but to a lot of offensive coordinators in the league, it's a lot easier to pick up first and second.
Trying to avoid tacklers there, but the ball is out. The Browns have it.
So the biggest thing that stands out here, Mike, is the fact that the defense just continues to pursue to the ball. Every defense focuses on get as many hats to the ball carrier as possible, because if the guy in front of you, he misses the tackle or he falls down, you have to be there to make up for it. And the pursuit to the ball is not only how they're able to get him down, it's ultimately how they're able to take the ball away.
The Browns offense and their running back set to go once more. They'll have a short field in front of them as they try to extend this lead out further. 3 tight ends in the game to start the drive. They'll go with Chubb. A gain of 4 as he's taken down.
He was taken down by Bobby Wagner. 4 yards on the pickup.
Here's 2nd and 6.
37-yard line.
Up the middle. Here's 4. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
With how fast they were all over that play, you almost wonder, Mike, was there a pre-snap tell? Did they know that play was coming? Because I'll tell you, that defense was on it from the start.
Throwing on 3rd down. Watson. Strong. It'll be a pickup of 10. It's a Browns first down.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
They give it, and it's 4. And that'll go for a gain of about 4. The veteran Bobby Wagner in there on the stop. Again, it's 4. And nothing on that one. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
The big guys in the middle of the defense, Mike, the defensive tackles. So often they're asked to do the dirty work. Keep the blockers off the linebackers. Let them run around and make all the plays. But in this case, this guy's able to shed his blocker, make the stop, and keep it to no gain.
From the gun, here on 3rd down, Watson. And that is incomplete. Jerry Jeudy, the intended target, and that'll set up 4th down.
You just can't say enough about how hard it is to play cornerback in today's modern NFL, Mike. I mean, not only are these wide receivers better than ever, but the way the rules are written, you're really out there on an island with not a lot of options. Your technique has to be perfect. Your timing has to be perfect. It's exactly what we saw here, and he makes a great play on the ball. And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
So Hopkins now, following the made field goal, back out to send it away. This will be returned from the 6. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Commanders' offense about ready to take over once more. The deficit is 17, so they got to start cutting into it soon. See if it starts here. 1st and 10. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. Second down and 8. Here's Robinson. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. Oh, he's got a man. That's caught by Brown. First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a 1st down. It's a give up the middle to Robinson. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up second down. They'll go again with Robinson. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up third down. They'll try to run for it with Robinson. Here's Tress Way now, as he's on to punt for Washington. Return man steering clear of this one. They're going to mark it down at the 20-yard line. The Browns offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. The lead is 17 as they try to maybe pull away in this one. It is 1st and 10. He'll open this drive on the ground with 4. And he's going to be marked down up around the 33.
What we're seeing here in this first half, Mike, is an example of the offensive line, the running back, and the play caller all on the same page. The execution and the ability to continue to pick up chunk plays on the ground has been a great start for this offense.
They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
Well, Mike, you know the old saying, the more tight ends on the field, the better. And in this case, it worked out perfectly. A lot of big bodies on the field, hat for a hat. Nice job there by the back, picking up a good gain.
Watson now on 1st down. That's thrown right side, but incomplete.
It's pretty remarkable at this stage, Mike, that they're even winning this game. I mean, anytime a quarterback is completing less than 50% of his throws, you just don't see that very often, and it just seems like time and time again, this quarterback and his intended targets, they're just not on the same page.
What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? Now it's Watson. That's caught. It's the tight end, Njoku. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a 1st down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it, and it's 4. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 23-yard line.
From the shotgun, the give to 4. And he'll get the 1st down there, a pickup of about 5 yards.
A 5-yard gain on the play. That's good for a Browns 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Watson going to give it to Chubb. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Once again, it's Chubb. And he'll be near the 1st down marker. Let's call it a gain of 3, but a short yardage situation coming up on 3rd down. They'll try and run for the first down. It's 4.
A 5-yard gain on the play. He was brought down at the 4-yard line. First and goal at the 4-yard line.
Here's a run. And he'll plunge forward to the 2, setting up second and goal.
Pickup of 2 brings up second and goal.
The ball a little closer now. It is second and goal. They look to run with 4. Powering forward. He's in. Jerome Ford. Touchdown, Browns. His second touchdown of this first half. This defense continuing to give up points. Greg, you've been on offenses like this. This has to feel great when you're on a roll like this.
And it's really twofold, Mike. First and foremost, just like you said, every offense in the league works all week. We want to start out fast. We want to establish some early rhythm and play our style of game. They've certainly done that. Now, on the flip side, what does it do to your opponent? It takes them completely out of their game plan, knowing this early in the game, they're chasing points.
From the 6, here comes a return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Commanders' offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. First down now. Not much happening there, just a short gain. Here's second and 9. Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. Throwing left side there, but it is incomplete. Terry McLaurin, the intended target on that one. And it's going to bring up a third down. From the shotgun on third down, Daniels. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
It's been a rough first half, but now as we approach halftime, Mike, you got to start getting some wins, and it could be something small like we just saw here. Some positive plays, build a little confidence on that sideline, so as you go into halftime, you have something to build on.
And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
Well, there's not a whole lot of fancy going on here, Mike. This is just kind of old school, line up and run smash mouth football. It's exactly what they did, but it still ends up in a big gain, and he picks up the first down.
And this defense not allowing much there. They'll stop him at the 45. They'll come up on a second down and 8. Now Daniels. That'll be caught by the running back Robinson. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down. To throw is Daniels. He'll get this one complete to Brown. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down. Throwing is Daniels. Quick throw, taken in. Here's second and 2. They'll give it to Eckler on the option. And he's going to take this all the way home. Austin Eckler. Touchdown, Washington. Well, that is a step in the right direction, finding the end zone. I don't know, Greg, could this be building some momentum for these guys, and that's important before halftime?
Absolutely, and I think the biggest thing this coach is trying to get across right now on the sideline, Mike, is let's just cut into this lead, and let's make it a one-score game at half. So they still got some work to do, but if they can go into halftime, regroup, catch their breath, just keep it close, give yourself a fighting chance here out of the break.
Makes the score Browns 38, Commanders 21.
Seibert now following the touchdown. He's out to kick it away. On the return, this is Strong. And this will wind up working out well. He's going to take it up to the 40-yard line. Good return. The Browns offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. They'll start on the ground with Chubb. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down. On the handoff, this is Chubb. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage across the 50 to the 48.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. They'll run it straight ahead with Chubb. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down. So, 2 minutes to play in a back and forth first half. We'll have more from Cleveland after this. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Out of the gun, Watson. And this throw batted away and incomplete. Nick Chubb, the intended target there. And 3rd down coming up.
What did he tell us in our production meeting this week, Mike? He takes such great pride in his coverage abilities, and after that play, it's pretty clear why.
They'll try and run it here, and it's Chubb. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down. At least it would appear that way. Didn't get it by much, but yes, they do give him the conversion on 3rd and 1.
At the 38-yard line.
Now Watson. The coverage too strong that time. The ball batted away and incomplete. Marshawn Lattimore all over that. Gets a hand in there to knock it away. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. A run up the middle with Chubb. He'll pop this ahead for about 4, but it will set up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Throwing is Watson. That one on target to Moore. First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a 1st down. The Browns going to use the first of their timeouts here, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Watson. That's taken in by Chubb. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
What an advantage it brings a defense when you have cornerbacks that are such willing tacklers. It just brings an extra element to the ability to defend the entire field. And this is a great example here why.
Here's Watson now on 2nd down. That's caught by Ford. And the Browns are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. He's out of bounds at the 2. 13 yards on that one. Move the sticks. It's a 1st down. Here's Chubb. And he's into the end zone yet again. Nick Chubb. Touchdown, Cleveland. This is quickly turning into a virtuoso performance. 4 first-half touchdowns. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the 1st half. And the kickoff's coming their way. This will be returned from the 6. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense and running back Brian Robinson on the field for their next drive. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And this will be a short pickup to about the 30. That was Jordan Hicks who got him down. So we hit halftime here in Cleveland, and the Browns are in front as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Michael, thanks very much as we welcome you into our downtown Orlando studios and the EA Sports halftime report. We saw a solid first half out of the workhorse Nick Chubb. He's found the end zone 4 times on the ground already as he's putting together the kind of performance you dream about as a running back.
Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The 3rd quarter is underway. And they will finally get him down, but he gets all the way close to the 40-yard line. This offense ready for their next possession, led by their running back. And we'll take you back through some of the highlights. Been plenty of room to run, and he has taken advantage of it. Already over 100 yards in this one. He got it early, he got it often, and the defense hasn't gotten much of him. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. From the shotgun, here's Watson. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And it'll be taken down, but it takes them across midfield down to the 40-yard line.
Mike, think back to our conversation during the break. We've kind of both asked ourselves, are they content with this double-digit lead? Do they come out and play conservative here in the 2nd half? Well, it took exactly one play to get our answer.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. They give it, and it's 4. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down. Again, it's 4. And he'll work this down inside the 35. Frankie Luvu there to make the play defensively. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Watson. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Browns will extend their 3rd quarter lead.
I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
So Hopkins now, following the made field goal, back out to send it away. Now return coming from the 7. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense and Jaden Daniels ready to take over once more. And it's been a struggle all afternoon. The defense done a great job taking him away from his game, taking his weapons away, and he is yet to find anything to lean on in this one. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Throwing now, Daniels. He's got his tight end. There's Ertz. And they're going to mark him down up past the 35.
And up until this point, we haven't seen a lot go their way, but here in the 3rd quarter, they're starting to find some plays. They're starting to get some opportunities. Just got to ask yourself if it's too little, too late.
The motion man here is McLaurin. And here comes Robinson on a toss to the right. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant, and once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
Daniels to throw on 2nd down. Firing right side, brought in by Brown.
Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
And that is incomplete.
And the success of this play, Mike, all comes down to the timing of the defender. You get there a little bit too early, you risk pass interference. You get there a little too late, it's a big pass completion. Timing your hand and playing through the ball is something they work on with these defenders all the time. And next time they throw the ball downfield, I wouldn't be surprised if they target somebody else.
This offense and their running back heading back on the field. They've definitely outplayed their opponents to this point in the 3rd quarter. They might be looking to grind out some 1st downs and chew up some valuable time on the clock. On the ground, it's Chubb to start this drive. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's a handoff to Chubb. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield. And he continues to rack up the yardage on the ground, and that last run puts him over 200 rushing yards in this game. Here's a handoff to Chubb, heading left. Oh, yeah. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Pretty much just more of the same from what we saw with this back in the first half. And he doesn't need much. He gets a little bit of space, and then he can create the rest. It's the combination of patience, vision, and then the burst to hit the hole once he sees it. This guy's been a handful all day.
And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. He'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. They'll run once more with 4. He's taken down just shy of the 10.
2nd and short. Normally, this is a great time, Mike, to put the ball in the air and try to press the ball downfield. But in this case, they keep it on the ground. Has a similar effect. They pick up a good gain and a first down.
They can still get a first down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 4-yard line.
They'll run with 4. That play may have taken a little bit too long to develop. It's no gain. He's back at the 4-yard line.
We've seen this back have his way with this defense all game long, Mike. He's up over 100 yards for the game, but this time the defense said, we've had enough. They sold out to stop him. They hold him to no gain.
They can keep the drive alive if they get to the 4, but facing 3rd down at the moment. Still keeping the legs moving, somehow managing to turn that into a gain.
A gain of only a yard. It's 4th down.
So instead of going for the first down, in comes the field goal unit. Bit of a surprise here.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through and they get 3.
Justin Hopkins to kick off 4th round.
So Hopkins now, following the made field goal, back out to send it away. The visitors' offense ready for this next possession. They are in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. Daniels going to keep this himself. And the defense, good job sticking to their rules. They didn't take their eyes off the running back, who gains nothing.
These edge rushers, they are judged by their sack totals, Mike. They love to rush the passer. But they have responsibilities in the run game as well. Great job here, keeping it to no gain.
This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
You have to wonder if next time, does the play caller give his quarterback some options to check out of this play? It was clear before the ball was snapped, this was not a great look for that play call, and you can see the end result.
And this is going to be incomplete. That is a letdown there. Pass looked to be on target. No catch. And now 4th down. The Commanders about to send this one away. He's on for the 5th time this afternoon. And this one will not be returned. Not the best of kicks, as it's going to wind up being touchdown. They'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. Watson going to give it to Chubb. What a run. He brings it to the red zone. Taken down inside the 20-yard line.
explosive plays. Teams understand just how valuable they are in regards to the ability to score points. Typically, they come through the air, Mike. In this case, they got it on the ground. Now they find themselves inside the red zone.
Ball down to the 16-yard line, and it's 1st and 10. Once again, it's Chubb, and he'll get about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Now a handoff to Ford. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain. I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there. So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
From the 6, here comes a return. The Commanders' offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll start out 1st down and 10. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. That's McLaurin open on the left side. Give him 14 on that play. One 1st down.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
Here's a 2nd and 9. Off the play fake, here's Daniels. He's going to run it. They get 21 on that one. Good for a Commanders' 1st down.
There was a lot of questions surrounding this quarterback about whether his style of play from college would transfer to the NFL game. Well, his ability to create with his legs certainly has here today. We see it with his ability to escape pressure out of the pocket, and he's able to pick up the 1st down.
And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line.
Rookie to rookie right there, Mike. And I'll tell you what, they've got some really good young pieces on this roster.
It's a give up the middle to Robinson. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down. Slot man in motion left. Throwing on 2nd down. Pressure gets there, and down he goes. So backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the 2nd phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man.
And this one is blocked.
So they clearly have a beat on this kicking unit. Now, there's two ways to do it. They either have a tip on the long snapper or the holder. But either way, in this case, they're able to time the snap count perfectly, gain an advantage on the outside, and come away with a huge block.
Now it's the Browns' turn as they get set to take over again on offense. They'll begin with 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Chubb. That lane closes quickly. A pickup of 3. Frankie Louvu there to make the play defensively. 2nd and 7. Back to throw is Watson. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. Still on his feet. What about that? Out of bounds, all the way down inside the 15. It's another big play in a game that's had its share. A gain of 48.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
Down at the 12. It's 1st and 10. Up the middle. Here's 4. Give them a dozen yards on that one and give them 1st and goal.
What a great run down here inside the red zone, Mike. It's so important that you still can run the ball. Great job here by the back. I thought for a minute he was going to score. He gets it all the way down inside the 1, and I wouldn't be surprised.
And they cannot contain him at all. He's into the end zone yet again. Nick Chubb, touchdown Browns. He is having a performance to remember. That is 5 touchdowns for him. The extra point. He knocks it through. And the Browns add on to their already sizable lead.
Commanders 21. Justin Hopkins to kick off for the Browns.
Here's Hopkins now after the touchdown. He'll boot this one away. This will be returned from the 6. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Here comes the Washington offense now. They get set to take over. Let's go back and scroll through some of their drives. One theme, Greg, going to keep emerging throughout. Too many turnovers.
Yeah, I think it's been a combination of just carelessness, right? Some sloppy play offensively that has caused some of them. But also, let's give some credit to the defense. I think in a lot of the cases, they're also forcing these takeaways, punching the ball out, going up for interceptions. They've been in the right place at the right time. So, combination of really good defense at times, and at times, really bad offense.
2nd and a yard. They'll go again with Robinson. And he'll get about 4 out of that one. That should be enough to move the chains. It is 1st down.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. 2nd and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
Now pass deep for McLaurin. And he's going to be brought down inside the 15.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
They run over center with Robinson. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Another run here for Robinson. And the Commanders are going to have a first and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
First and goal, Washington.
Off the zone read, Daniels going to hang on to it. And he'll go down, back at the 4.
The decision whether to keep the ball or to hand it to the back happens so fast. In this case, the quarterback thinks it was a keep read. The defense was there ready to stop him. Tackle for loss.
The motion man here is McLaurin. And they'll run out of the gun. Here comes Robinson. Good blocking, and he's in. Brian Robinson. Touchdown, Commanders. Well, they get on the board. That pads the individual stats, makes mom and dad happy, but Greg, we have seen stranger things. You never know.
Yeah, and I think the biggest thing right now, Mike, aside from the scoreboard, oftentimes in the NFL, you learn more about your team in moments like this than you do when everything's going well. So I think this coach is paying real close attention to which one of his guys are going to continue to fight.
Seibert now following the touchdown. He's out to kick it away. On the return, it's Jerome Ford. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. Nick Chubb and the rest of the Browns offense set to take over again. And you have to imagine the defense is saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the third quarter. First and 10. On play action, it's Watson. That one broken up. It is incomplete. They tried the shot on first down, couldn't connect. It'll bring up second down.
How often do we see teams kind of nurse these big leads, Mike, especially as the game unfolds? They turn to the ground game. They try to slow everything down. Well, not this offense. They refuse to take their foot off the gas. They're still mining for explosive plays. And frankly, with the way today's gone, I don't blame them. You know, there's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
He's going to have the first down and more. And he'll be taken down at the 30.
Everyone talks about all the physical qualities to play quarterback in the NFL, Mike, and of course that's a given, but it's really the cerebral approach to the game that separates the best from everybody else, and I think both of those things were on display there, as he did not only a great job of finding the vulnerabilities of the back end, but then once his guy was there, it was that arm talent that put the ball in the exact right spot to allow his guy to make the big play.
On the handoff, Ford. And that'll be a pickup of 3. They face second down and 7. They'll stay on the ground with Chubb. First down and more for Chubb. And they'll finally run him down, but he takes it inside the 10-yard line.
Sometimes all it takes is that one key block to spring this back. He's just so good in open space, and man, that was a heck of a run, and it sets up first and goal.
From 6 yards out, it's first and goal. They'll run here. It's Ford to the 5-yard line. Second and goal. Again, it'll be Ford. Hard running close to the goal line, but they're going to mark him just short. Ball inches from the goal line. 3rd and goal. They'll try and run it. It's 4. And he's got another one. Jerome Ford. Touchdown, Cleveland. That is his 3rd touchdown of the afternoon. And make it a hat trick. That is his 3rd rushing touchdown of the game. A big reason his team is on top.
And so far, Mike, this run game has been the difference, and we're going to see in the second half. Now, can they protect this lead? Because, Mike, that's where a run game has its most value, and so far, this guy's been incredible.
Here's Hopkins now after the touchdown. He'll boot this one away. He'll start at the 4. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. And that is incomplete. Denzel Ward in there defensively to knock it away.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And this will not be returnable, as this kick will go out of bounds. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. A play fake. Now Watson to throw. Gonna look deep, looking for more.
So, of course, you prefer to connect on that throw, but think about it like this, Mike. The more they continue to test this defense downfield, the more it's going to open up some of those shorter passes underneath.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. On the ground, it's Chubb. So, no shortage of offense in this one as we end the 3rd. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Got to get it to the 30. Here comes 3rd down. From the shotgun, it gives a 4.
You can always tell what a team's decision will be on 4th down, Mike, based on what they do on 3rd down. In this case, unfortunately, they didn't get enough yards on the ground to make that 4th down more manageable. So I think they have to reconsider whether they go for it here.
The offense not coming off the field, and here's 4th down. They snap it to Watson. He's into space past the 25. And he's going to have a Browns first down. They'll get the conversion. It's a gain of 14.
Now it just seems like this offense is piling on. I mean, after a day where they have completely dominated their opponent, a lot of offense would just be content with handing this ball off, but not this group. They continue to throw the ball, and they continue to get chunk plays, and they showed they're not going to slow down until that final whistle blows.
And he'll be taken down. And that carry is going to be the one to do it. He surpasses Adrian Peterson's single-game mark of 296 yards. Peterson did it in 2007. You have just watched one of the best individual performances in the history of the National Football League. From the 4-yard line, trying to punch it in. First down and goal. Here's a run. And he will score again. Jerome Ford. Touchdown, Browns. Make it 4 touchdowns for him on the afternoon. Greg in the end zone again. I'm running out of different ways to say touchdown. They're doing it so often here today.
Mike, some offensive play callers, once they get the lead, it's just milk the clock and let's get out with a win. But not this coach. He is trying to score every single time they possess the ball.
Extra point up and good from Hopkins. And the Browns stretch things out even further. Here's Hopkins now after the touchdown. He'll boot this one away. He fields it at the 8. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The visitors' offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. Here's Daniels. That's going to be dropped underneath for Robinson. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line.
You know, it's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the fourth quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive. I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note, but also sometimes that defense getting a little lackadaisical. You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line.
Really nice job by the interior of this offensive line. It typically just takes one guy to distort the defense to give the back enough room to operate, and that's exactly what they did here, and it led to a big gain.
And they'll take this down inside the 35.
How often do we see, Mike, the running back, they get a little too antsy and they go a little too fast on these screen plays. In this case, great job by the back. First, he let his offensive lineman go out. He then follows behind. That's the key to a good screen play.
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. They'll throw with Daniels. Quick throw here is complete. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need, but really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Throwing again, Daniels. He's got room to roam. And the Commanders are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
This has been a really good drive so far, but what I really like, Mike, is they're down here in the red zone, and they continue to attack. Now, not quite a touchdown, but with 1st and goal, this defense certainly has their back against the ropes.
Trying to fight his way into the end zone, but they will mark him short. Down at the 1. The ball a little closer now. It is 2nd and goal. Man in motion is Brown. On 2nd down, it's Daniels. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Jaden Daniels. Touchdown, Washington. Well, it's not going to be enough, but at least they find the end zone at the end of a hard week's work. At least a little payoff with a touchdown, Greg.
Mike, you can just chalk this one up in the column of too little, too late. Give credit to this offense for not going down without a fight, but they're not going to have enough time to find themselves back in this one.
Seibert's extra point is true. And the Commanders cut into the lead a little bit. Seibert now following the touchdown. He's out to kick it away. Here comes Ford on the return. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Browns offense and their star running back, Nick Chubb, set to take over once more. This one appears to be safe in hand. It has been a clinical performance to this point, and now they'll try to finish up strong. On the ground, it's Chubb to start this drive. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
Watson going to give it to Chubb. And they're going to get him down this time. Not as easy as the last carry. This time they drop him behind the line of scrimmage. 2nd down.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Once again, it's Chubb. And he'll take this ahead for a gain of about 5, and here comes 3rd down. Out of the gun, Watson. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
I think this defense is wondering where some of these missed throws were earlier in the game. I mean, for a while, it seemed like everything the offense did hit. And after that last incomplete pass, although this game's all but over, this defense will certainly take it.
On 4th down, Watson. That's going to be caught. Oh, he's going to be very close. It depends on the mark. But he is short. They've held him on 4th down. The Commanders' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Daniels now going to look to throw. The throw on the run is complete. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. To throw is Daniels. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target.
receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is. Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
They'll go play action here with Daniels. He'll run again.
I love this call, Mike. Second down and short. One of the best downs in football to take a shot. Give credit to the defense. They were ready for it. But a nice job by the quarterback, realizing there's nothing downfield. Take off, turn into a runner, pick up the first down.
There's that man again. Another catch. He's taken down just shy of the 10.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They clearly have a mismatch in their favor, and every time they've looked his way, he's continued to make big plays. If I'm this coordinator, I think I'm giving him one more shot and see if he can push this thing over the goal line and come away with 6.
And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. Here's Robinson. And that one is closed down in the backfield. What a defensive play. Knifing in, dropping him for the loss.
Anytime the running back is forced to chop his feet in the background and never get to top speed, you know that play's not going anywhere. And that's exactly what the defense was able to force here by getting penetration. Great job there, stopping this play before he had a chance to even get started.
Oh, and that throw not able to be pulled in. It's incomplete. Looked like he may have got a little ahead of himself there. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Austin Seibert now to try the field goal. This from 30 yards out. He makes up for the earlier miss. This time, the kick is good. And the Commanders will cut into that lead.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
On the return, this is Strong. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. The Browns offense make their way out to take over once more. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Chubb. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain. He does a fantastic job, Mike, of not only locating the ball in the air, but then attacking it hands on hands. That's exactly something they work on every week in practice. Great job translating those drills into a live game.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Going deep downfield for Judy.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
That's caught. It's the tight end, Njoku. He's going to pick up the Browns' 1st down. They come up with a big one there to keep the drive moving, and then some.
Some teams just have a stronger appetite for being willing to go for 4th down tries, even on their side of the field, Mike, and we're seeing it so much more often. The days of just punting the ball back and forth and saying, hey, we're going to play good defense. Remember, the better your defense, that doesn't mean you should punt. The better your defense, the more chances you should take on offense.
And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
Here's a case of an offense just piling on. You're really imposing your will on the defense. Everyone in the stadium knows you're going to run it. The defense knows it, you know it, and no matter what they do, they have no answers whatsoever.
He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, here's Watson. Fine work defensively. That's going to be knocked away and go down as an incomplete.
I think at some point for this quarterback, he has to start looking some other directions. I mean, he's tried to get the ball now to this guy multiple times, and all of them have resulted in incomplete passes. I'm not saying don't throw it to him in the future, but maybe get yourself a couple easy completions elsewhere before you look back in his direction. This is what every defense in the league is shooting for, Mike. Negative plays. That's how you kill drives. Force teams to play from behind the sticks. Great job here, taking them down for a loss.
Dustin Hopkins on now for the field goal. This one is good. He knocks it through. And the Browns will add to their lead here in the 4th quarter. So Hopkins now, following the made field goal, back out to send it away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. There's Terry McLaurin and the Commanders' offense heading out for their next possession. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. That pass taken in by McLaurin. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
Now this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
You can't run plays like this, Mike, if you don't have incredible pass protection. I mean, he started on the left side of the formation, and look how far he had to go across the field before that ball was caught. That's going to take time. That's going to take a lot of trust in that quarterback, in his protectors, to know he can stand tall in that pocket and wait for his receiver to break open.
Try again. It's 2nd and 10. Now Daniels. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. But he can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. Play action. Here's Daniels. That one intercepted. Picked off by Martin Emerson. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
The Browns offense ready to see what they can do. They start with the lead and the football. They do so with tremendous field position. It's 1st and 10. Finding room to the 20. And strong running there as they're finally able to bring them down.
And this is how you just keep wearing down a defense. You find yourself with a pretty big lead. Now can they just lean on this run game the rest of the way and close this game out with a win?
A run straight ahead. That's Ford. Still fighting. What a run. Shedding tacklers. Picks up 9 on the play. A good spot here. 2nd and a yard. Again, it's Ford. And the Browns are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Here's Chubb, and he cannot be stopped. He's into the end zone again. Nick Chubb, touchdown Cleveland. With that, he joins Gale Sayers and Alvin Kamara, players in the Super Bowl era with 6 touchdowns in a single game. Hopkins now to tack on the extra point. It's up and good. And the Browns will add 1 more onto their big lead. Here's Hopkins now after the touchdown. He'll boot this one away. This is fielded inside the 5. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Commanders' offense ready to get back to work. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Throwing now, Daniels. He finds the veteran Ertz. And he'll get about 8 on that one, most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down. Throwing is Daniels. Now they'll set up the screen to Eckler. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
All right, Mike, so the way they teach these screenplays to the offensive lineman is you got to stop the defender's feet. You just don't want him to get a free, clean rush to the quarterback because you're so worried about getting out in front of the back. Make him start his rush over again before you slip out. Ball gets dumped right over the rusher's head. Bang, now you're in the open field. This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball. For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
When you air it out like that on these big shots downfield, they're not always high percentage plays. It takes a lot of things to line up timing-wise, location of the field, accuracy of the throw to result in those big plays. But I think they've got to continue to search for those and try to generate a little bit of a spark.
The Browns offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter. They'll start on the ground with Chubb. And that's the way you want to run it on 1st down. A gain of 7. 2nd down and 3. On the handoff, this is Chubb. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. Here's 3rd down and a few inches. They'll try and run it here, and it's Chubb. And they pick it up. He's to the 42-yard line, and the drive continues. First down.
And the Browns, first down. First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
They'll run it straight ahead with Chubb. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7 at the 39-yard line.
A run up the middle with Chubb. And he'll only manage to pick up 3 yards. And that leads to third down.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up third and 4.
Shotgun snap to Watson. Backs to the open man. It's Tillman. A gain there of 10 yards. First down, Cleveland.
Seemed like the receiver, Mike, ran through like 5 different open zones, but once he found the one that he liked, where the quarterback was expecting him, you see him do a nice job throttling down, secures the catch, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
It's a 3 tight end look as they have it first and 10. Here's Chubb. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. That's a gain of 11, and they'll move the chains with another first down. Running is Chubb. And he'll be brought down there, and that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this fourth quarter. So the Dog Pound celebrates. It's a win for the Browns. And they were able to run up a big point total here, higher even than the 72 points put up by Washington in 1966. That was the previous record. They were able to surpass it in this one. An incredible record-setting offensive performance. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. The Dog Pound's happy. It's a win for the Browns as we say farewell from Cleveland.